Welcome back to Gooners and Sport, and Happy New Year to everyone locked in and tuned in. Hope you have a prosperous 2026 and all this great stuff. And today we're going to talk about Arsenal and basically the charge for the league title, really. It's 2026. We finished 2025 on a high. We finished top of the league. We ended it with a great result. We had also some hard times as well, some tricky little months like November and December. We got over them hurdles. We also had loads of injuries, through the first half of the season as well, and we sort of managed them. So that ain't too bad either. Midfield's coped well as well. So be it. Yeah, Declan Rice got a bit knackered towards the last few games of 2025. So all in all, everything's looking rosy. We're getting all of our players back as well. Havertz is coming back. Magadesh has returned, and of course so is Gabriel Jesus, and he sealed it with the last goal against Aston Villa as well to end the year on a high. And he was obviously out for a whole year, so that's obviously a bonus. And we're literally only at the halfway mark of the season. We literally just played 90. We've got 19 games to go. We've got the whole half of the season to go. So we've got to go in there strong. Players are coming back. We have got players to cope. We've shown that already. Hopefully, so many injuries really don't happen for the second half, because this is the real time when we need to keep our players fit, manage the squad well as well. But we do really have to address the strikers situation, because for me, that's probably the main downfall of this season so far. Yeah, we've bought Gyokeres and it's here, but it's like we haven't really done anything. You know what I mean? He's scored 5 league goals, 2 of them were penalties. He's got a couple, I think, in the Champions League or something like that, and that's about it. He's up there. He's not. He's looking like a shadow of the player that we're supposed to be getting. And obviously, I want him to come good, because we all want him to come good. But we have to address the elephant in the room, because that's probably the main downside of all of our signings. Even though I could say Eze hasn't really blended in so much, but he hasn't been starting every single game more or less like Gooners has. Gooners has been shoehorned as the number 9, especially with the strikers being out anyway, which he's supposed to be, because that's what we bought him for. But we didn't buy him to not really score goals. We bought him to do the job. He needs to be doing the job, because we spent top dollar on this guy. So we can't really dilly-dally on it. And now our strikers are coming back, and he's still not really doing it. Yeah, the game against Aston Villa, he got a couple more chances. I saw a little bit more from him, but he's just looking like it's not working. And it doesn't mean that we should sell him or anything. We've already had him for 6 months, but maybe he might have to take a little backseat, come off the bench, and try and rejuvenate like that. I don't believe he's going to get dropped for the next match anyway. I think he's still going to start the next match, because we need to take our time with Jesus. We can't just rush him in. And same thing for Havertz. So I'm not saying to drop him, but he's definitely on borrowed time. That's what I think, especially with Jesus scoring the other goal now. And he took off his shirt. And I know his name's spelt the same as Jesus, but he took it off for a reason, to show that sign. You know what I mean? I think he wants the number 1 spot, because no players don't want to be sitting down on the bench. Don't matter how good the other player is. You ask a football player if they would be playing on the bench. They're going to say no. Don't matter who's in front of me. I'm going to want to play. So Jesus ain't looking at Gyokeres like, oh, he's our number 9. Jesus is saying, no, I'm your number 9. Like, oh, I'm the man. Same thing as what Havertz is going to be saying. If I was sitting down on the bench, I'll be saying the same thing. Don't matter if you think they're better than me. He's not going to think like that. That's not how players think. You know what I mean? And as I said, I don't say that we should drop Gyokeres straight away, but I believe he will start the game against Bournemouth. And if he don't perform in that game or come good in that game, maybe I do believe Jesus will get the nod against Liverpool, because after Liverpool, we've got Portsmouth. And if anything, if he could try and get his form against a lower division side and try and bang some goals in, it might give him a little bit more, confidence. He was already in League One. He bagged it up apparently. I can't really remember him because I don't really watch that league. But yeah, because what we do know is the Premiership will make and break players. Don't matter what name you come with, and Gyokeres come with a heavy price. And he came with heavy credentials. And we're going for the league, So I believe he will start against Bournemouth. And then I think if it don't come good, as I said, I think Jesus will be starting against Liverpool. That's what I do believe. And I do want Gyokeres to come good because is our striker. But we have to address the elephant in the room. Havertz is coming as well. He's back. And if you're asking me who I think Arteta likes out of all three of them the most, I think he likes Havertz the most. You know what I mean? And I know he was stubborn with Havertz, even when he weren't playing good at times when he first came, but eventually we found our feet with Havertz, so he might eventually bench Jesus and Gyokeres because I think he does actually prefer Havertz over the both of them. So it's definitely something to be spoken about because loads of people that's the only thing people are really speaking about mainly against Arsenal, is the striker situation. Because we've basically got the best defence in the league. Our midfield is good. It's just the striker situation, what's the question mark, what people are talking about. And they're going to talk more and more about it, especially if he ain't scoring goals. You can't ignore when someone's not scoring goals. Doesn't go like that, especially with all eyes being on Arsenal. Because every time you speak to a person who don't support Arsenal, they tell you need to win the league this season, It's your time. That puts extra pressure. It does. So we can't ignore it and we can't really take chances right now. It's the serious time of the season. We're still in all the cups. He can still play games. But if we're talking about our strongest side, if it means he can't be in it because it's not working for him and it needs to be one of the other strikers, I'm with that as well. Because I don't hold no special loyalty to Gyokeres. I've got the same loyalty to Gyokeres as well. I've got the Jesus and Havertz. If you're doing the job, you're doing the job. If you're not doing the job, you're not doing the job. We can't just ignore all these things just because your name's Gyokeres. But I'm not going to continue on his neck now because that's not what I want to do. I want all of our players to come good, including Gyokeres. I want us to win the league and the Champions League. I want us to win it all, or at least a couple of them, especially the league or the Champions League, because they're the main two. They're the top two things that we really, really want. So I'm not saying drop him right now, but I think he will be dropped, after 1 or 2 games. I do believe that. Unless he comes good. Hopefully he turns it around and he starts banging in goals. Then everyone's happy, So I'm not going to go dwell on it too much because ultimately Arsenal, we're top of the league right now. We're 5 points clear at least until Man City play anyway. And they're playing literally now. They're kicking off soon. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But it don't matter. We'll still be top. We've got the whole half of the season to go. We're top of the league. We've only lost 2 games basically. So everything's looking good. Let's just stay strong, stay positive, and keep the bad mind people away because everyone, all the fans, every time I go out and we talk about football and there's other fans there, they put pressure on even the fans, like to make sure that Arsenal need to win it because we've been coming second twice, or third 3 times, should I say, and they believe that we can't get it over the line, and that can't carry on. We have to get over the line now, and I believe we've got the squad to do it. Players are coming back as well, as I said, so everything is actually looking good. Even if the Gokeres don't fire, I'm quite sure one of the other two will. Because we have depth, and we've shown that in the first half of the season anyway. So I'm not going to carry on with the striker situation because I want it to turn good for us. So hopefully it does, especially with Gokeres, and hopefully Arsenal go on and win the league and carry on as we are right now and just stay top of the league. All right. So yeah, that was how it's going to end for today. Thank you for joining me on Gooners and Sport. Happy New Year to everyone. And of course, if you can, please like, share, and subscribe. It will make a difference in the algorithm. And I'll see you next time.